I've opened Connector Drawing demo file in the point-to-point project file as an example to explain about the connectors. Connectors are components that are commonly used to connect different parts of a circuit. Moreover, it is used to connect group of wires or a wire at a single junction and to separate wires easily. In a drawing to insert a connector, you have to go to the Insert Components panel of the Schematic tab and from the Connector drop-down, choose the Insert Connector. A dialog box will be displayed for you. In the right side of the dialog box, you have a preview of a connector that each number represents the pin number of the connector. So, in the pin spacing edit box, you can specify a spacing value between pins. Also, you can specify desired number of pins in your connector. In this part, you can see the pick button, which allows you to select 2 points and determine pin count for your new connector. Now I'm going to select pick button, then in the command line, you can see the command which asks you to insert connector from point. I specify first insertion point and I click on it. Then I will be asked to insert another point again. So I click at this point. Here you can see the number which is inserted in the pin count edit box. When I select the insert, a connector will be available and I place it wherever I want. Then the Insert Edit Components dialog box will be displayed. You can see component tag which is predefined and it is possible to change it. Finally, by selecting the OK button, you can see your connector here and the number of pins which is specified in this connector based on the lengths of points which I inserted in the previous step. Now I'm going to describe the other options in Connector dialog box. So for the second time, I choose Connector tool to discuss about the other options. Here, 2 options are available for determining the space between pins. The fixed spacing is used to hold spacing between pins. But in wire crossing button, the space between pins are specified based on intersection with the wires. To show you the example, I'm going to insert a connector with the fixed spacing in a ladder. Here you can see the pin numbers space are fixed and have not changed. But again, I'm going to insert another connector with wire crossing button selected. As you see, when I insert this component, the pins number space have been changed based on the wire crossing and the ladder. Again, I'm going to select the Insert Connector tool to explain the other options. The next one is Pin List, which allows you to specify the starting number of your connector. Also, the Insert All option is used to insert the connector without any breaks or spacers. To add any breaks or spacers between the pins of your connector, the Allow Spacers Breaks button can be used. When you select this option, you will be prompted to specify insertion point. So click at your desired point to insert the connector. After that, a new window will be opened for you. There are many selections. The first one allows you to insert the next pin without any space. The next one, add a spacer, is for adding a space between the connector pins. For example, here I select the next connection, and in the screen you can see one of the pins which is inserted simultaneously. Now I want to just add a space between pins, so I select add a spacer. Note that here I'm placing my desired pins and space to create a connector. Finally, when the numbers of pins have been finished, the window will be closed automatically, and then the connector will be created, and here you can see the space and pins inserted here. Now I'm going to open Insert Connector dialog box again to explain about the other options more. To switch the orientation of a connector, you can choose the Rotate button, which makes it possible to insert connectors vertically or horizontally. The next one option is Flip button, which makes it possible to change the placement of pins numbers. The Details button contains type area of a connector. Connector can be a combination of two parts, plug and receptacle. If you choose plug only, as you see in the preview window, the receptacle parts will be removed. And for removing plug parts, you have to choose receptacle only button. But if you want to have both of them, the receptacle combination option needed to be chosen. You can divide the connector in two parts by selecting Add Divider Line checkbox. If you want to have pins in both sides of your connector, you can choose from the Pins edit box both sides. There are other options here, such as plug side, which inserts the numbers in the side of plug. The another one is receptacle side, which places the numbers in the side of receptacle. And if you want to hide the numbers, you can choose Hide Both to do that. For creating the outline of a connector, the size area can be used. To change the size of a component's part, you can enter values in each edit box to create your desired connector. The radius edit value is for entering the radius for the rounded portion of the plug.